Picture this: a fighter that looks like it's flying in reverse, wings swept forward like a predator lunging, and you realize you're watching one of aviation's boldest experiments. That's the Su-47 Berkut, Russia's forward-swept wing demonstrator that still turns heads decades after its first flight. Tonight on AutoVibes Reviews, we're breaking down why this one-of-a-kind jet became a legend, what it proved, and why it never moved beyond the prototype hangar. From the front, it's arresting. A long, pointed nose, canards ahead of the main wings, twin intakes hugging the fuselage, an aggressive predator stance that screams agility, even when it's sitting still. Look closer and the wings catch your eye. Not swept back like every other modern fighter, but forward, creating that uncanny reverse look. That forward sweep gives unusually crisp control at high angles of attack, letting the aircraft rotate and bite into turns with authority. Engineers used advanced composites and fly-by-wire systems to manage the wing's structural quirks, clever tech that paid off in maneuverability tests. From the side, the Su-47 reads like a study in purpose. The fuselage borrows Su-27 lineage parts, familiar tails and landing gear, but the center is pure experiment. Broad wing roots feeding a lot of lift, twin engines set apart, and space carved out for future avionics. The canards up front add pitch control. The twin tails and rear booms give it an almost exotic rear silhouette. Everything about the profile screams test bed, designed to try new ideas, not hide its intentions. From the back, it's muscular. Twin exhausts, a broad wake, and the unusual tail booms that carry auxiliary sensors and a braking chute. The Su-47 isn't stealthy by modern RCS standards, but it was treated with radar-absorbing materials in places and served as a learning platform for later stealth lessons. In the sky, it leaves contrails and a memory. On the ground, it leaves designers with data that fed future Russian fighters. Inside the cockpit, you won't find luxury. You'll find a pilot's lab. This was a single-seat demonstrator packed with test instrumentation, updated fly-by-wire controls, experimental avionics racks, and a layout optimized for evaluation flights rather than long patrols. Pilots reported extreme responsiveness. The controls and software had to compensate for the wings' bending loads and keep the jet stable. A triumph of control law design over brute structure. Think of it as a high-performance workshop with a stick and throttle. Performance. In test flights, the Su-47 showed breathtaking agility at subsonic speeds and excellent handling at high angles of attack, reportedly controllable past 45 degrees away, thanks to the forward sweep and thrust vectoring. Specifications from the demonstrator indicate a large airframe with a maximum takeoff weight in the tens of thousands of kilograms, twin afterburning turbofans, and structural margins tuned to survive extreme maneuvers. Those raw capabilities proved invaluable as research, even if the configuration itself wasn't ideal for high-speed supersonic dash profiles. So what did it cost? The short answer: there was no production price tag because the Su-47 never entered production. Political collapse, budgets, and shifting requirements in the 1990s meant the program stayed a single demonstrator. Its value was not in units sold but in tech harvested, composite techniques, control laws, and lessons that influenced later fighters like the Su-35 and Su-57. In other words, its price was paid in data, not invoices. If you want a single image to remember, it's a jet that dared to rewrite a rulebook, trading conventional sweeps for daring forward wings, paying engineers to solve problems no other fighter faced, and handing those solutions to the next generation. It didn't become a fleet, but it changed designs. If this kind of tech story thrills you, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. We've got deep dives into the Su-57, PAC, FA lineage, and more experimental birds coming up. Drop a comment. Would you have built a whole fleet of Su-47s, or was it always destined to be a brilliant one-off? Thanks for watching AutoVibes Reviews. See you in the next flight.